Oh, no problem. It's all
Sorry.
good.
Billy, this is Julie with Greater Lansing Area Moms. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Hi, I'm Billy Harrington. I'm with the tour, the Simon and Garfunkel Story. I'm the drummer for the show on stage, and we're about two-thirds of the way through a pretty long tour right now. Just kind of playing all across the United States, and we end up in Canada, actually.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
great. And for those who may not know you, can you just give us a little background about how you ended up on this show and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I'm a Michigan native. I'm from Ann Arbor.
I had to wear my Spartan shirt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. That's right. Well,
Go
this is
green.
neutral territory here, I think.
Yes.
Because I did go to University of Michigan actually for
Hmm.
my undergrad. I was a music major, and I'm a freelance drummer. I produce some shows every once in a while, and I ended up on this show because through a University of Michigan friend and professor, they saw an ad for a show called The British Invasion Live,
Okay.
and they wanted a Ringo Starr type character. And some people back home know me as sort of like a 60s music nut and a very big Beatle nerd. And she said, you should do this. You should go out for this show. And it was in New York. It was a big audition. And I said, I would love to play drums, but I don't really want to act. That's not really my
Sure.
thing. And she said, well, we don't really know what it is, but you should just do it. I think you should just try it. And I said,
Do
okay,
it.
I'll just go in saying I don't want to act or, you can give me a couple lines, but that's really not you know, my direction in life is to be on Broadway or something like
Hmm.
that. It's in the pit. And ended up doing the audition, and the role fit pretty well. I was cast as the Ringo guy. The character was named Bongo,
Oh,
and
wow.
we did almost a 5 month tour, which
Okay.
was my first tour. So it was quite an eye-opening experience, and ended up doing that show. And the creator and the producer, one of the producers of the British Invasion Live, is Dean Elliott, who wrote the Simon and Garfunkel story.
Oh,
And
wow. Okay. Full
which is kind
circle.
of yeah. And so their original drummer wanted a break, and so I kind of went from tour to tour and hopped over here. So this is my fourth year with this show.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
you've been with it for a while.
yeah.
Can you tell, is it more of a concert, like a theatrical experience, or mix of both, or what?
Yeah, it's definitely I like to say it's right in between
Okay.
a rock concert and sort of a Broadway like a jukebox or a review show. We've got two guys on stage that are reminiscent of Simon and Garfunkel. They're not acting as them, but they are sort of, they look like them, and then they sort of take us through the story from when they first met, when they first made their recordings as a little funky, funny rock and roll duo named Tom and Jerry, all the way up until when they break up and they finally reunite at in Central Park, this big Central Park concert in the 80s. So we
Oh,
kind of the show is basically chronological, but you've got the two guys in front, the band is on stage, and it's just basically a big concert. But it's
okay. Okay.
yeah, it's right in between, kind of a concert, straight up concert and a Broadway show.
Got it. And do you have a favorite sh song in the show?
Well, since it's my fourth year
Yeah.
and my 400th show or something like that, I kind of
You have it memorized.
it moves around a little bit. But right now, I'm really enjoying a song called "Hey Schoolgirl," and that was done as Tom and Jerry. It's one of their first recordings that they ever made. So I forget what year it is, but it's a very early, very primitive sort of proto rock and roll rockabilly type song that kind of starts the show. It doesn't start the show, but it's the third song in the set. But I love playing that kind of rockabilly style,
Okay.
old rock and roll kind of
Yeah, I
thing.
was just gonna say, like, what do you love most about performing for the different audiences? You're all over the country and the world.
Yeah. Well, I something I always like to do is sort of gauge, if people are enjoying it or if
Hmm.
they're slightly confused that, I thought I was going to see Simon and Garfunkel, like the actual Simon and Garfunkel. We've had
Yeah.
that a couple times.
Oh gosh.
And
Full disclaimer.
Yeah, yeah, but I like to, I like to see if someone's really enjoying it, and if, we often have a lot of people who will sing the lyrics of every song. I mean, it's
Uh-huh.
really
I
amazing, and
bet.
so it makes it click for me of just like, wow, this is a special moment for people to. Some of them are getting introduced to the music, some of them are getting reintroduced to it, and some of them that we meet, say, I saw Simon and Garfunkel play my neighborhood park festival in
Oof.
1966, like that kind of thing. So
Wow.
it's really important that we're sort of like making sure that we're taking care of the music and we're respecting the music, and so I just love, seeing that age group, especially the people who saw Simon and Garfunkel, and they're like, they're saying this is my wedding song, or this is the song of my high school or middle
Yeah,
school. So that's, I really do like that. I love seeing the people, kind of that age group just, go, wow, I can't believe people, our age on stage respect and love this music so much because we really do. And that's
absolutely.
one of my favorite
And
parts.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it takes them back to, all different ages. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
What is there a specific age group for this or wide range?
It's definitely a wide range. We definitely have seen, like a grandparent with
Mhm.
with their kids with their kids with some, some grandsons or granddaughters.
Sure.
So it's definitely it spans, quite a wide age group. But I would say overall it is probably people, probably people in their 60s and 70s, kind of,
Okay.
you know, because it's their music,
Yes. But I
So
think teens would enjoy it as well because some of them know some of that music and,
yeah, yeah,
or it
and
could
it's
be like a girls' night out or a date night.
oh, totally, yeah, no, and it's definitely when I was first offered the job, I thought, how much, like is there a lot of drumming in Simon and Garfunkel? Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't really sure what to expect, and there are a couple tunes where we've added the band to what was just just the duo on
Okay.
recording. So it's a lot more beefed up. There's solos on stage from the different instrumentalists, including myself. Everyone kind of has a little featured moment. So it's a very exciting concert, and it's not maybe what some people would think as, maybe more of a sleepy sort of
Sure.
very, very um,
Like you
low
could
end
get up and
show.
dance.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we have had some people dance that during Cecilia and
Oh,
some
I bet.
of the big, the big hits that have a kind of a groove to it. So
Yeah. How many people are on stage normally?
we've got so the two guys are up front that are
Mhm.
they're reminiscent of Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. And then we've got a band of four behind them.
Okay.
So bass, guitar, drums, and then our keyboard percussionist.
I can't wait to see it. And so, do you have like a pre-warm up for the show? Like, do you have a routine? You've been doing this for a while, so
Yeah, we do, we've changed it over the years a little bit, but for me, it's just, I usually grab a towel from the venue and put it here, and I kind of use it as a practice pad to warm up my hands or something like
yeah.
that. But tea, water, making sure you're hydrated. We
Great.
do a little bit of stretching. I might do some push-ups or something, but nothing super intense.
Nothing is super intense.
No, yeah, just to get in the mode and get and wake up sometimes. These are
Yeah.
we're pretty much doing 6 shows a week.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
we've been doing that with one day off, so it's a very athletic schedule.
Yes, you
Yeah,
definitely need the push-ups.
yeah, yeah,
Have you ever been to the Wharton Center before?
yeah. I have actually. I've,
Have you?
I've played I was trying to remember before this interview. I was thinking I know I've been there a couple times. So I did a
Okay.
production of Wizard of Oz. This was all for the musical theater department at
Okay.
MSU. So I did a production of Wizard of Oz in the orchestra pit.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
did a production of Legally Blonde, which was like under the seats or something, if I remember. There's like another pit area. It may
Okay.
have been a different room. I don't quite remember. And then a run of Funny Girl, and that was on stage. So I've kind of been in different.
Oh yeah, you've been around.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
also I heard that you're going to be here for Dirty Dancing.
Oh, I'm not playing that show, but I did
Oh,
play the
you're not?
original tour. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I played the first version of that.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, because Dirty Dancing, I think, is going at the same time.
Yeah, it's at the end of the month, but they must have you confused, but they mentioned it.
Oh, well, yeah, they may have looked me up and saw that credit because I did the first tour of that, which
Okay.
was
I was
to
going to say, how would you do all of that?
yeah, oh yeah, and I wouldn't survive.
No.
But I can recommend Dirty Dancing. It's a very cool show. We have friends on it still, and
Yeah,
it's a very high energy, very very fun event to go see
that's
dancing too. So I can
that's
recommend that.
so if anybody's on the fence about getting tickets, what do you have to say to them?
I would say go because this music is really important, and it's not every day that you get to see a live performance, a live band.
Mhm.
We don't do tracks. We don't have there's no click track, there's no anything behind the scenes that might dissuade someone from buying a ticket because they're like, well, I could probably see this in a movie or something like that. This
Sure.
is totally organic. Everything is happening on stage is what you hear and what you see, and it changes night to night. So it's a very organic show. It's a very interactive show. The guys are always, they're talking to you and they're telling the story of Simon and Garfunkel. And so if you don't know about S&G, you can learn a lot just by
Mhm.
seeing this show. And you can also support, this great era of music that is it's really like the, part of the American canon of pop music. So it's very, very important that I think we keep supporting it and keeping it alive.
I agree. And I always say that we are so fortunate to have Wharton Center like in our backyard. I mean, you can be to a show
Yeah.
in 15 minutes and home, and it's incredible. So we need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, yeah. My brother is also on the show
Oh, wow.
right now. Yeah, yeah. He kind of took over for the original guitarist for the
Okay.
US, who kind of just retired from the show. So
Oh,
my brother Mike and I have been on the tour together, but we've been looking forward to coming back to Michigan
yeah. Will you have family that come see you?
yes, yeah, yeah. We have a big, yeah. His first show was in Detroit, so we did have some friends and family there. We did a show in Toledo. We had some friends and family there, but we have some really really close friends that are diehard MSU fans and stuff.
Oh,
So
they'll
it'll
be
be
there on Sunday.
it's gonna be really special. Yeah,
Oh,
and it's
well,
an early show, which is kind of fun. I like doing the
yeah,
early shows.
they'll be out and that can be done. Yeah, it's Sunday, March 22nd, this Sunday. So
Yeah,
we will see you then. Thank you so much for your time, Billy. I really appreciate it.
yeah.